What's up YouTube, Danny Bizzle here. This time I've actually got my mic on. This video would have been uploaded yesterday, but guess what? Mr. Bizzle only fucking recorded it, and Mr. Bizzle only didn't turn his mic on. So I was there, sitting there yesterday, talking to myself for 20 minutes, because for some reason the video was 20 minutes long, this deck list. And yeah, went to render it, and no sound. Well done. So yeah, this is my deck list for Junk Doppel. You can just look at it now, or you can listen to me talk about the cards within the deck. Where should we start? Right, it's a 40 card deck. I have been thinking about going up to possibly 42 because I've got loads of little monsters in this deck and I don't really want to draw into them, and I've got a few cards that can search out other cards, so I think it might be worthwhile. But we will see. I'm going to test, so you might see more videos in the future. Let's go through this deck then anyway. So we've got a Blackluster Soldier, pretty much standard really, changes games, wins games, sacks people. You get people raging because they think you top decked it, even though you keep it in your hand for when you actually need it. And obviously that counts as sacking, apparently. So yeah, Blackluster, sort of the beginning, or beginning of the sort. Dark Dragon, pretty much standard in my deck. I run so many darks and it's so easy for grave manipulation. As you can see if you watch my Junk Doppel videos, there's 30 of them, so yeah, you notice how often I actually get this out. It's pretty easy. Gauze, pretty much standard as well. Don't run any traps, so stopping my opponent from OTKing me is needed, to be honest. We've got a Caius. I used to run 2 Caius in a very old build, but sometimes I just found that 2 was a bit too much. It clogs up my hand, and plus I don't even want to really normal summon Junk Synchron or Synchron Explorer. So yeah, plus there's some optimal plays like when I'm Battle Fader or Unknown Synchron, I can special summon them and then just tribute for Caius, and then just the one removal, spot removal, pretty standard, and there's a dark to feed other players. We have 2 quick draw, 3's too much, 1's too little, 2's just perfect. Add it to your hand with tuning, pretty much standard. For any junk build, to be honest, you wouldn't really want to do 3 unless you run like more level beaters and stuff, but this works perfectly. 3 Junk Synchron, this is my favourite card ever, I think. Yeah, it must be. It's the MVP of the deck, and it's just stupidly good. Obviously if it gets evaded, it can be annoying, but if you've got a Quill Bolt, it doesn't matter. We've got 2 Card Troopers. Now I took out the Light Sworn engine simply because I think Raiko's a bit too slow, and Lila there's not really much back row, so plus I've got quite a lot of back row removal as standard in spells, so yeah, I don't think Lila's needed. Plus, I don't really want to mill that much, and at least with Card Trooper, it's a little bit more controlled on how many you mill. And plus, when it's destroyed, you get to draw, which is also a plus, because keeping hand advantage with this deck is key to winning. We have a Dandelion, obviously works well with Quick Draw Synchron, and can be utilised with Spore, so you can, let's put that there. So you can remove Dandelion with Spore's effect and get a level 4 Spore, and then you can go into other plays obviously with other tokens and stuff like that. It's pretty good. 2 Quill Bolt, some people run 1, I run 2 because it's just a lot easier, or a lot better, sorry, in my opinion, to run 2. It just opens up other plays and stops those Vaders as well, gets around them. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Plus Road Warrior, I can special summon it from the deck. 2 Doppels, obviously it's a junk Doppel deck. So we need these, and it's so good as well. Normally you want it in your hand, but if it's in the grave as well, it's just as good. A nice little play. You've seen me do it so many times in my videos. It's like the best play in the deck. So Junk Synchron, if you got a level 1 tuner, normal summon Junk Synchron, get a level 1 tuner, special summon Doppel Warrior, go into Hyper Librarian, and go into Formula, get 2 draws. It's like no cost, and you got 2 monsters on the field with an extra token. So if you've got a quick draw, you can go into like other crazy shit, and then probably go into Quasar. It's like stupid. 2 maxis. This was put in, I think I used to run 1, but now I run 2 because there's so many decks that special summon, and plus if they let me draw into like my OTK stoppers or my Vader and stuff, it just helps, and then I can go off next turn. If they take the maxi challenge, just give me loads of draws, then fall straight into a battle Vader. Next turn I'm probably got game, because one thing you shouldn't do is let junk decks have time, because the more cards they have, the better chance they're going to win. I know it's pretty fucking obvious, but there's so many combos in this deck, and that's why I love it so much. It's just like, you don't play it one way, that you have to think about situations, think about how you're going to get around things. It takes a little bit more skill than some other decks like E-Dragons and Prophecies, like play your whole hand and then get everything back anyway at the end phase. It's fucking stupid. So yeah, 2 maxis, good to stop big plays, but even if they do go off, you're more likely going to draw into something that can stop them. Also, it's a level 2, so you can special summon it with Junk Synchron. It works well. Synchron Explorer, this lone soldier. Well, I don't really know what to say. I could take it out, but sometimes when I draw into it, like I top deck it with a quick draw in the grave or a Junk Synchron in the grave, it just helps. As long as it doesn't get evaded, obviously, because there's a 0 attack, so I don't really want that just face up sitting on the field. But it's a good card. I won't run any more than 1, simply because it's not amazing, but it can be amazing if used well. Also, you can bring it out with Junk Synchron as well. Level 2. We run 2 level Weeters, simply because the card's just so good. It's an extra dark. It can bring itself back from the grave. Obviously, if you've got a level 5 or higher monster on the field, opens up different plays, helps me get into Quasar, stuff like that. It's just good. Also, with Junk Synchron and Devil Week, I can get Dr. Diviner, which is like one of my favourite Synchro monsters. It's just a good card, level 1. I run 2 Unknown Synchron simply because of Road Warrior. Sometimes I've just sat there and I've opened up with 1 when you don't really want to open up with it. You want to get it out from the deck with Road Warrior. But it also provides a good little means. If your opponent obviously has a monster, and you can special summon this, and if it's a monster you can't deal with, and you've got Kaius in your hand, or you just special summon the Unknown Synchron and normal summon Kaius, and then just spot removal their guy. Battle Fader, as I said before, is just a OTK preventer. Also level 1 as well, so I can utilise it next turn, hopefully, if they don't destroy it, and it gets banished. Yeah, it's just a good card. I've always played with 2, and I think I'll always keep 2 in the deck. 2 Vaders, pretty much standard, plus with the level 1, if you've got Doppel Warrior in your hand and Junk Synchron, you can ditch this, and then all kinds of shenanigans. Lure of Darkness, so many darks in the deck. Sometimes you don't need to use like an unknown or something, and you just get rid of it. Or if it's late game and you draw into Dad and you can't manipulate the grave, you've got too many darks in it, you can just lure it off and draw 2. Pretty much standard. Heavy Storm, you don't really want to play into back row. There are like ways around it and stuff anyway, back row, because there's so much you could do, especially like quick draw plays, and then like bottomless or trench or something, then you just Junk Synchron play, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, you want to play into less back row as possible, hence why 3 MST as well. You could go down to 2, but for now we would keep 3 to see how the format pans out, because most like top tier decks and stuff don't run back row, so people are starting to side out the MSTs and stuff. But then you get decks that start running the back row, and it's those decks I'm really concerned about. Obviously, first game, if I'm going to get Sea Dragons, I pretty much auto lose, because I've got 4 cards in the deck that don't do much. So there's just an easy side out, really. I'm talking shit anyway. 2 tuning. I would run 3 actually. This is what I'm talking about, getting up to 42 cards. I might put an extra one in. We'll see. I need to get my hands on another tuning. Yeah, it's just a good card, really. Just the reinforcement of the army from my thingy cards, synchron cards. Monster Reborn, nothing to say about that. Pot of Avarice, pretty much standard, really. This deck fills up the grave so fast, it's so easy to get off. Dark Hole just gets rid of like stupid monsters I can't get over sometimes, and nothing really else to say about that. Mind Control, I run so many tuners, and if my opponent has just a normal monster, like not an Exceeds, I could just take that monster, summon one of my tuners, and then just sync it off, utilising their monster. And reinforcement of the army, pretty much simple, really. I can add these or Doppel Warrior, so there's 5 targets for the deck. Normally, if I've got like a Junk Synchron in the hand, level 1 tuner in the grave, I'd go for a Doppel Warrior and then go for my play. If not, I'd just add another Junk Synchron. Just so good, opens up different plays. And let's go to the Synchros. So yeah, no black cards in this. So yeah, Formula Synchron, pretty much standard. Get the draw, goes into Quasar, goes into Shooting Star, stuff like that. Armory Arm is normally a go-to before going into something else. So it's like a step. If I've got like too many tuners on the field, I'll go to like level 4 and then go to something else like level 7 or level 8 or something like that. Although it does open up opportunities for the burn for its secondary effect. It's pretty cool. Duck Diviner, like I said, this is one of my favourite synchros. Can't be destroyed by battle, and when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, they mill 3 cards. Obviously, you wouldn't use it against stuff like E-Dragon stuff, so you can use it in the, or just take it. But yeah, against like I love using it against like Exodia decks and stuff like that. Obviously, you won't see much of them in real life, but when I used to play in real life, this card caused a lot of problems for people. We've got Catastar, pretty much standard, really blows shit up. Junk Warrior, you can beef it up with Doppel Warrior tokens, or you can simply just use it as a step up to go into Quasar with obviously Librarian. Librarian is just perfect in this deck. I wish it was at 2. It's just stupid. So many draws from it. You see my videos. Junk Gardener, this card just pisses people off. Honestly, they just forget that I can just switch it, their monster into attack, into defense position, anytime. And even when they like, if they take it or something, and then it goes back to my grave, I can switch their monster as well. It's such a card like this and Stardust or something on the field, and they just can't really do much. Drill Warrior is just good for well, ditching, so you can attack directly with half its attack, so 1200, and then normally I like go main phase 2 and then ditch like one of my minions to banish it. Next turn it comes back, I can add like any card from the grave to my hand, well, any monster card. So it's normally like a Junk Synchron or a Quick Draw, or if I've got like more plays with Black Luster Soldier and stuff, it's pretty sweet. Black Row is pretty much standard in any Synchro deck. Blows shit up. Jump Berserker, I love this card, level 7, one of the best level 7s, obviously for junk decks. If they've got like a face down defense or any defense position monster, you can just blow it up with its effect. Or its secondary effect is you can move any junk card to decrease the monster's attack, which is good to get over like beefy shit. It's pretty cool. Stardust, pretty much standard in any synchro deck also. I don't like that Star Carrot Dragon, I think this is better. I've always preferred this card anyway. Obviously it's not as good now, in the upcoming game, but it's still a good card to have on the field. We have Junk Destroyer, blows shit up, gets over like beefy things as well, and you can blow up multiple cards at the same time. We've got Road Warrior, obviously 3000 attack beater. It's like another MVP of the deck. Brings out the unknowns, Quillbolt or Doppel Warrior from the deck to the field. Yeah, it just opens up different plays. We have Shooting Star. Obviously, if Quasar dies, you can get a Shooting Star, or you can just go Stardust and Formula and get the Shooting Star as well. It's just a good card. Don't normally summon it nowadays, but if I can, I will, and it just helps win some games. And Quasar, obviously, the other MVP of the deck. But you'll notice that my deck's not really catered around like first turn Quasar, because at the end of the day, I prefer to have like different options when playing, rather than just go for one play, which pretty much like stops the consistency. Like, it doesn't make it as consistent if you just go in for one play. It's pretty much stupid. So it's there, it's an option, and I cannot wait for this card to become legal in Europe, because it's just been ridiculous now. It's been over a year since it's been in America. Fuck knows how long it's been in Japan, and we just still can't get it. Now Konami need to do something about this, because when I go to YCS London, I want this card to be legal. Otherwise, I'll play something else. But for now, you can take this out, put in a Scrap Dragon or something, or you can put in like Crimson Blader. But you see. I hope you like. Sorry for the long video. How long is it? Man, 70 minutes. I talk too much. If you made it this far, congratulations. But yeah, I hope you like the deck. If you got any suggestions, please comment below, because obviously I want to make this deck as consistent as possible, and because I've been playing it a long time, I've got a bit comfortable with how the deck plays, so I would like to try out a couple of new things. But for now, I do really enjoy the deck, and I hope you enjoy it too. If you ever build it, let me know. If you ever build it and put videos up on YouTube, please share it with me. I'd love to see the deck in action, like, and watch other people play with my deck. That sounds a bit dodgy, but yeah, if you play it, let me know. I'm going to leave the video there. Danny Bizzle, I'm out.